3, 2, 1, resolved.
Welcome back, Dave.
Hey, buddy. Hey, Lance.
So good to see you.
Yeah, is it?
It's fantastic.
It's good to see you too.
It's been a while since we've sat down.
We've sat down in front and recorded our thoughts. You're right.
You've gone around the world since then.
Over to the States, for a week. It was good. Came back. Have you gone anywhere?
I haven't gone anywhere, but I'm going somewhere. Trieste.
I don't know. I'm going to let the audience rip you apart on that one.
I feel like every time I try and pronounce something that isn't Australian, you know how you get like the mums that try and pronounce things and they'll use like, it might sound right, it might be the proper pronunciation, but everybody else just thinks it sounds weird.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I know exactly what you're about.
I think it's actually pronounced Trieste.
Yeah.
Trieste.
Yeah.
But I feel like a dickhead saying that.
I am bit of column A, bit of column B. So if I'm in that country, I will try and say it in that correct pronunciation because I know they won't be able to understand it in Australian.
In Australia.
But yeah, I get in Australia, you got nothing to prove. Like it's a little bit pretentious.
I feel like of all cultures, we're not the ones to worry about pronunciation as well.
Can I get arancini balls and a bruschetta?
Bruschetta.
Por favore. Yeah.
Thanks, mate. Por favor, mate.
Yeah, por favor, mate. Yeah, get over yourself.
Get over yourself. Read the country.
You're not. Learn your culture.
But I feel like Australia with our abbreviations are the
O, right? The O factor.
O. Yeah, it's the O we put behind everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Servo, Bottle-O, Smoko.
Bit of ease. RV. Savi.
Yeah.
Savi.
But I do notice, having been able to travel around the world, that Australians have the laziest language, as per our examples, whereas a lot of other countries will pronounce every word to the last letter.
Lazy or efficient?
You're going to say efficient, aren't you?
Efficient.
No, I don't.
It is efficient.
No, I just think that the majority of Australia was established on convicts being dumped here. We're not efficient. We didn't figure it out.
What do you mean? Yes, we did.
We're just like the black sheep of the world. People turn a blind eye and we all catch up at Christmas.
No, we were like the people dumped outside the party and decided to just party in the street.
And Mum and Dad went home.
And it ended up being better than inside the house anyway. That's what happened.
So we think, yeah.
Well, yeah. Half of America thinks that we're made up and that we're all actors anyway. So
if only I could get paid for that.
I'm not getting paid to act.
No, I can confirm. However, you just said you're going on back-to-back cruises. So with that in mind, how's your Bitcoin going?
Bad. Real bad. That has been some big money. We've been real loving the Dink life.
Dink stands for?
Dual income, no kids.
Right,
Dual income, no kids. Then you've got Dink Wads, which is dual income, no kids with a dog. Then you've got Dinkys, which is dual income, no kids yet. And then
you're Dinkys.
Yeah, Dinkys. And then you got Dinky Wads, which is dual income, no kids yet with a dog. Yeah.
Wow, they almost go in order though, don't they?
Kind of, yeah.
They go Dink Wad, Dinky Wad, grown up.
Don't you try and get all high and mighty on me now, all right? I'm here drinking coffee and you're drinking the go-go juice, okay?
We can't tell what time of day it is, I reckon.
Well.
don't tell them.
But Dinkys. We've been Dinkys for the last couple of months. And
been dinking about?
Well, we've been Dinkys for quite a while.
Yeah.
But we've been dinking it up a lot lately. So we booked the cruise and that was just an exorbitant amount of money. And we had this same mentality. We were like, well, we've broken our budget for the month. Let's just buy all the things we wanted right now.
Let's keep going.
And we'd be out for dinner and be like, we're Dinks. Yeah, we'll get another. You want another cocktail?
Let's get a bottle.
We're Dinks. We're Dinks. We can do that. We'll just enjoy it while we can.
Yeah. Dink sounds very temporary.
Dink is very temporary.
It's temporary lifestyle.
It's a state of mind that is extremely self-destructive.
Yep.
So got to a month or so in, started looking at the bank statements coming in. We're like, oh, maybe we should stop being Dinks for a bit because we've spent a lot of money.
D-Dink.
D-Dink.
You're gonna undink.
Undink. Yink. What's that?
Donk?
Undink. I think.
It's kind of like an interesting reaction. Something I noticed I don't know if you've noticed up in North Queensland, whenever there's a cyclone rolling in, people have cyclone parties. Like they just hit the pub or they have people over their house. They stock up on booze, and as it like rips through their town, they just party it away.
Because they're so used to it, just destroying all of their, livelihood processions, and they just go, let's just get drunk. Fuck it.
We got this. Let's just keep going. Is that what you're doing during this cost of living?
What, just riding the
Are
wave?
you going to dink your way through this financial crisis?
Skiing down the slope?
With an avalanche chasing you?
No, I hope not. I hope not. We're still rational people. We're reasonable people. We've got our savings goals sorted, but there was just that small state where we're like, well, we've broken the budget. Let's just keep breaking the budget. Next month rolled around, and then we've cleaned it up now.
Tell me the high. Tell me the feeling. Explain it to me.
Explain the feeling
Feeling
of dinking.
That dinking feeling.
That dinking feeling. Imagine you're out in the water. You're on a surfboard. No waves. Nothing's rolling through, and you're sitting there thinking.
And that's everyday life, right?
Yeah, you've paddled all the way out there. You're waiting for the waves.
You're a bit tired after the paddle out.
The waves aren't really coming. It was probably a wasted sesh anyway. You probably shouldn't have come out past the breakers. And you're waiting for the perfect wave. You're waiting and you're waiting, and then one comes.
And then a jet ski comes past.
A jet ski. No, one wave comes, and then you're riding it in, and you look behind you and you see an even better wave. So you're like, well, I'm going to bail out of this one, and I'm going to swim back out and catch that wave in instead. And then you come in and you see another wave just as good as yours. You're like, well, I'm halfway done. Instead of going all the way in, I'll just bail out of this one and swim back out and catch that first part again. And then all of a sudden you're exhausted. You've got chafing everywhere.
This sounds problematic.
And you realize that this is probably not a consistent thing to do. Maybe we should just swim in or catch this wave in, ride it till you're done.
Constantly chasing that initial high.
I probably just described drug abuse quite well, actually. Yeah. It's a bit like drug abuse. I'm going to change my answer to that.
Does it have a come down?
Yeah, the come down is when you're like, oh no, I have $24 for the rest of the week. Guess I'm eating noodles. That's the come down.
Yeah, okay. So there's definitely some fun in the recklessness of it, right?
You got to be able to enjoy the high, but then also be aware of the low.
Be ready for it.
Be ready for it,
But like you said with the waving, like you just jump on another wave, right?
No, that's not what you're supposed to do. Just to clarify, we did that the wrong way. Let's talk about something a bit more personal. All right?
Okay, are you ready?
You got some more facial hair.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
The job I have now is the first job I've ever had where I haven't had to have been clean shaven.
Right.
Only because it takes me so long to grow facial hair. Anyway, I'm enjoying it. I'm also rapidly approaching 40, so I think I could go into this. This could be the beginning of my midlife crisis. I'm super excited to see what I do.
I've been waiting for that.
I know.
Your midlife crisis.
I see, I'm going to go back to your wave analogy. I'm out on the water, the ocean's flat, and I can't wait to see what my midlife crisis is going to be.
I feel like a midlife crisis is less... This is how I see a midlife crisis. You're staring at your coastline being like, there's no waves here. I'm going to paddle across the Pacific and see if there's waves over there.
Maybe I'll check there.
I feel like that's the sort of mental break state of mind, being like, oh, let's make a massive change and go look elsewhere. I feel like that's what a midlife crisis kind of is.
I think I almost did that about looking overseas for jobs.
I'm enjoying this wave analogy. I'd like to bring every topic back to this wave analogy, and try and put every single thing that we talk about in today.
Surfs up, yeah.
And then we can call this episode How to Ride Waves.
Okay, wave riders.
And it'll just be the worst advice that we can possibly give on every topic. So step 1, paddle across the Pacific.
I don't have the fitness for that.
I don't think anybody does.
I'm the guy that's like, I should just get a helicopter to take me out there. Save my energy.
That's kind of midlife crisis-y.
A little bit.
No, it'd be, I'm going to buy a helicopter. That's a midlife crisis-y. I don't know how to fly a helicopter. I'm just going to buy one.
I feel like the midlife crisis has changed. Like once upon a time, people did have disposable income and it became a jet ski, a Harley, a sports convertible, things like that. We don't have that luxury in this generation. No. So maybe I can't afford a midlife crisis. That's why I've never had one.
I would love to go and splurge on a car, but I didn't. No, I feel like that's not a midlife crisis. The midlife crisis is when you go and splurge on that thing when you're not supposed to.
Ooh, okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Midlife crisis is an irrational decision.
No. It's a state of mind.
Mm.
Just like Dinkies.
Yeah. Are we, even though we are such a massive age gap, are we on the same wavelength right now?
We could be.
As in, like, we're both
We rarely
in
are.
reckless parts of our lives?
Yeah, I'm not that reckless, though. I'm 25 and I just got married. And
Yeah,
you know.
case in point.
She's going to watch this.
Love you.
I can already hear from outside. Grow up.
Yeah. See my point?
Read the room.
Other things I could talk to you about. Interesting turn of events has happened to me recently, and I'm riding this wave of a new feeling that I haven't felt in, I want to say, 16 years.
Is it love?
That's another episode. I recently had an attempted hacking of my Facebook, and as a result, Facebook has disabled my account completely.
That's right. And you can't get it back.
I've tried everything. It's probably been almost 2 months now, and so I'm now at the point where I'm like, I think I've lost it.
That came at a pretty bad time too, because that was fairly recent, fairly shortly before you went overseas as well.
Yeah. I couldn't tell everybody about my travels and try and make people jealous and make myself feel better. Anyway.
Maybe it was a directed attack at one of your coworkers that knew you were going away. It wasn't me.
It didn't ruin it. I'll tell you that much. But what I did do was have that realization that everything I've ever put on Facebook is now gone like that. There is no history of me on Facebook now. So I had that moment of, in Home Alone 2, where Kevin McAllister is like, oh no, my parents are in Miami and I'm in New York. And then he's like, my parents are in Miami and I'm in New York. And he does the eyebrows. That's what I've had. I'm like, oh no, everything I've ever put on Facebook's gone. Oh, everything I've ever put on Facebook's gone. I've just had a clean slate.
I don't know what you have on your Facebook that makes you so satisfied about it being deleted forever.
Nothing controversial. I just always was like, had that little uncomfortable feeling of how much of me is on the internet. And I think the fucking irony of us making a podcast and me talking about being uncomfortable putting stuff on the internet. I'm not doing it now. I've got my things together now. I'm talking about when I first got it and only 100,000 people had it and I didn't care that there was gratifying photos of me or stupid comments on things like that. Anyway, apart from that, I'm glad everything else is gone off Facebook.
I don't like when Facebook brings back your memories from when you were a cringy person.
That's exactly my point.
Yeah, I've got those photos that come up or like memes that I
don't need
posted.
memories of old relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, read the room.
Swipe. Grow up.
Yeah. Or anything I did when I was at uni, I felt like I had to share that. I was it was back in that oversharing thing where it was cool to put that on.
And
now
everything you posted was filtered and
yeah,
black and white photos.
David is feeling excited.
What's the thing where you make the border fade into black?
All that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's all gone.
All gone.
All gone. I've got a fresh start.
There's probably some things that I probably would appreciate getting deleted. There's also some things that I would not appreciate getting deleted, which is all photos and media files and stuff in my messages. So when your account got deleted, you dropped off the face of the earth in all of our chats, and all of our previous messages came up with unavailable. Even in group chats with other people and us, I've noticed that all of your messages are gone.
I know, it's so good.
I had to check a date because we were organized to do something, and the day it died, the date disappeared, and I couldn't find it anywhere, and I had no way of contacting you because your Facebook was dead. I had to text you.
Isn't that
like
weird?
A common person.
Yeah, like in the olden days.
Like in the olden days. When you pay per letter, was it?
No, you pay. it was 50 cents per message, and
Per
you got like
message.
50 characters or something like that.
50.
Maybe 100 characters.
I remember that. I'm not that young.
But yeah, not sad about it. Gone. Like I might go to the Instagram world. I might.
Well, we're on Instagram, actually.
Anyway, yeah, my point was that there was a level of freedom that had come with it, and I'm kind of enjoying that at the minute.
Would you consider diving further and deleting other socials? You don't really have any
Potentially,
more,
yeah,
though, do
no,
you?
I don't really. But I think that I'm coming out the other side of it a little bit. Like, I think I'm simmering down to a level now. I don't think social media will never go away. It has a role. But I think that the hype of it is going to settle down. I theorize that the next generation will look at social media as a negative thing.
I think they're already starting to, really. It was more the movement of realizing that you can always see something better than yourself, or better than what you're doing, or better than your situation online. Whether it be true or not,
Yeah.
everybody's looking ahead, looking
Yep.
further up the
Or
up the
wanting to look
stairs,
better or be better or project better.
and then faking it to try and make it as
Yep.
well, and it just not going well for them.
So I think if people got that idea out of their head, that toxic unhealthiness, I think you might find social media would come back in a healthy way, but I don't know if people have that capacity. People are making too much money off it.
That's a fair point. You just need to start subscribing to things that are healthy and find better social media outlets and better producers and better productions that are not going to lie to you about the truth of their situation. I don't know where you'd find that, but it's not
so
here.
genuine that we're criticizing the platforms we're going to use.
The algorithm's going to bury us. Well, I'm going to just completely tear you out of that euphoria, and I'm just going to put you in control of all of our social media.
Nah, can't
Yeah.
do it. I
Facebook,
don't
Instagram.
want to.
You're going to just have all of it now. So if there's no posts, Tim, he's to blame.
You won't know because I didn't post it.
Delete. Oh, man.
All right, well, that's enough of opener. Let's get to a point. Okay, so there is this this media I was reading about the other day. No, I wasn't reading. No one reads. I was watching a video.
On TikTok.
I don't have TikTok. Scout's on it. I learned about this media that's headed towards Earth, the proximity of Earth, in 9 years' time, right? So NASA have picked up this media. It's heading our way, size of a stadium. It's going to get close. It's
Which
not going to hit
stadium?
Rose Bowl in LA.
Okay.
It's going to get close, but it's not going to hit. But they've worked out that if it gets, and if like Earth's gravity tugs it down a little bit too much, in 7 years' time, it'll come back around and hit us square on.
Right.
Game over.
So what's that? 7 years, 14? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
no, but 9 years first, then another 7, so 16 years.
Okay, 16 years. Right.
Where will you be in 16 years?
Don't know. Probably not here in this house.
Okay, yep. No, we know that because you're moving out in 2 months.
Yeah, well.
You idiot.
Yeah, well. Here's a question. Here's a question for that. I don't know where I'll be, but I'm most likely going to have a bevel of kids.
Offspring.
Yep, many of them.
Sorry to hear it.
Let's say in this hypothetical we both have many offsprings,
Right.
and you have to break the news to your 7-year-old and 10-year-old children that the Earth's about to blow up. This is your last day. How would you break it, and what would you do for the day?
That's dark. I think I would just go out and have a nice day.
In this hypothetical world, you've probably got a lot of people absolutely losing it, though.
Yeah, and I guess, all right, so in this scenario, though, I'm imagining, though, we've tried to get rid of the asteroid. We've had 16 years to figure this out. We've made multiple attempts, and this is the last attempt. Ditch. We've sent a bunch of oil riggers to land on it and drill it in, and it hasn't worked.
Hasn't worked. There is a 2-part to this question, but I just want to ask you part 1 first.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are the kids doing? What's your last day look like?
We're enjoying life. We're being in the present moment.
Being in the present moment. What, board games with the family?
Outside. I'm not
Outside.
spending my last day inside.
Okay. Outside. What do you reckon outside's going to look like to everybody else, though? Do you reckon people will be screaming in panic, drunk in
Well,
the street?
we'd go somewhere away because I think that what you're describing, people would stay in like major built-up areas. We would
Okay.
just disappear up the coast, along the beach, find a little spot along the beach, watch the waves roll in, Hand in.
And then, one last big one. All right. Next question. The asteroid miraculously misses us.
Right?
What do you reckon society looks like on day 0?
That's a great question. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's not an end of days anymore.
No longer.
But it's a disgusting zombie apocalypse.
You've told your boss how you feel.
Yeah.
You've spent all your money. You might have gone and just thrown your whole life savings at the casino. Maybe you've gone around just punching people you don't like. Maybe you've professed your love to the person that you wanted
This
to.
is absolutely a post-apocalyptic world that never happened, right? But people mentally have let it happen.
Yeah, day -1, everything's fine. You got to go back to work tomorrow.
Everyone's like, here we go. And it's just...
You've just messed your whole life up. Now you got to put it back together.
What a horrible hangover.
You'd almost be like, come back. No, I'm not prepared for this.
We had so much hope for you.
Surely we can make this work.
Would you, like, let's say you did go loose and wild. What would you do? Would you just be like, just turn up to work the next day? Sorry about that.
Yeah, just walk
You
in
understand?
like, hey Ron, sit back down. Staring at your computer that you put a golf club through the day prior. I'll put a work order in for this.
That's such a such a fantastic visual of going back to your workplace you trashed the day before because you thought you would never come back.
Yeah.
It's still smouldering. You've got your tie on. You're trying to organize everything.
Next episode will like there be an axe hole in the middle of the table, like something written across here, like Dave was here. Steaming pile of shit on the desk.
Waiters come and turn up to work putting their apron on. We're pretending like nothing happened. Hey guys, what can I get you today? Rugs a Million are having a sale. You wouldn't believe it.
Mate, they've had a closing down sale for the last 10 years.
Yeah, that's quite the misfortune of the Earth not ending.
All right, here's another question. And this is a bit like how to slightly inconvenience your enemy.
Yeah.
But this is how to fuck with the whole world on a broad scale. You get to change something about the world that manages to just disturb everybody, as in it bothers everyone. Like an end of days scenario that narrowly misses making them have to go back to work the next day. What would you do?
That's such an inconvenience, isn't it?
Yeah.
What would I do? I don't know. I don't like these questions because I'm like, how can I be a shithead?
I would take every staircase in the world and I would shorten each step by 1 inch.
So that people would just trip.
Yeah.
That's such a waste of a god power. Fuck.
Has slightly inconvenienced everyone. That's what it would do.
I don't think I can slightly inconvenience all these people.
Okay, can I go on a different tangent then?
No, okay, I want to go back to the end of days one, right? So you got your question about it misses, but you knew all along and you were the only one.
Oh, okay.
It would miss. You've just done these little random calculations because everyone else has burnt their computers and you've like, hang on a minute.
There is no way I'd trust my own math. I had to think really hard before about 7 + 9.
You think it would hit all along. You would have no idea that you were right and it would miss and you've been living like them.
What would happen is it'd go past and be like, no fucking way I was right.
I was right.
What?
Damn it. Okay, let's say you don't have your math ability, but somehow you were...
I know what I would do. I know what I would do.
All right, welcome to the chat.
I would place bets on everything that's happening the day after. Surely there'd be a sports bet on, like, are we going to die? Are we not going to die?
Yeah. Bit of gambling.
I would just gamble all my life savings on the things that I know are going to happen. Like, you know, on the next day's race, because nobody's going to bet on the next day's race. On if we're going to survive, because nobody would bet on that. I would buy...
Who's paying this out
I would
next
buy
day?
stupid amounts of foreign exchange because everybody would be dumping their foreign exchange to get their cash back so they can go live crazy.
Currency would plummet,
So
right?
I would just get as much as I can.
Yeah.
I'd buy gold.
Ugh. You'd stockpile all that, right?
That's a really smart answer. I'm really surprised I could think of that.
I am too.
Yeah.
That coffee's kicking in. Anyway, you had another question, didn't you?
I did. It's completely...
Oh, yeah, tangent.
I have something I'm mad about. And I feel like it's been happening more often now than lately. And it's one of those things that just grinds my patience. I'm normally a very patient person, but this thing just gets me. I don't know what it is about this specific thing, but it gets me.
They have a cream for it.
I don't think they do. No. It feels like a rash. That's what it feels like. Because it keeps coming back to bite me. I don't know what it is.
You're really selling this. Like
I'm
you've
trying...
really given it some backstory.
Yep.
This better be good.
It makes me rageful.
Okay, if this is disappointing, I'm going to roast the shit out of you. I want you to think about that for a second.
I know. I think I've got you on my side with this. And if not...
If you're hooking me and it's terrible...
Okay, if you're not on my side with this, you are part of the problem.
Oh, good. Gaslighting. All right, let's go.
Yep. Fuel station.
Mm-hmm.
Pull into the fuel station. Mm-hmm. I have somewhere to be. Maybe I don't have somewhere to be.
Yeah.
Even if I don't have somewhere to be, it bothers me just as much.
Right.
It's a busy fuel station. There's a lineup. There's a car in front of me. There's a car behind me. I haven't got to the pump yet. Or I'm one car behind the pump. Somebody dawdles out after paying for their fuel, dawdles over to their car, gets in their car, puts the seatbelt on, checks the mirror, puts the right music in, checks their phone.
All right, it's not like it's a 747 and they have to do a startup checklist.
Finally puts it in drive.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, they pull out.
There's nothing worse than when you pull out 10 minutes after than you should. There he is.
10 minutes in.
Right, you're holding a lot of anger over refueling your car. How often do you refuel?
Not that often, and this is why it's angering me. It's as if every time I refuel lately, that's happening. And it's not like
You accused me of being part of the problem when really you're refueling the same time everybody else is. That's why it's busy.
That's not it. It's been all the time. I did it at 10 p.m. a few weeks ago, and it was still the same because one of the other pumps was dead. It was out of service, and we had like 3 pumps left, and there was a line for some unknown reason. It was just ridiculous.
Do you know what I do that nobody else does, and I don't know why?
Skate the question about the fact that you're probably part of the problem too?
No, I'm not. No, absolutely not. I'm out. I'm like a Ferrari pit crew.
Good.
I'm in the cars driving.
Yeah. I don't even put my seatbelt on.
No, I was going to let you say that, not me. The fuel hose reaches to the other side of your car. Fact. Nobody has the confidence to do it. Everybody waits for the pump available on their side of the fuel cap. You can go to any pump and pull the hose out and refuel your car from any side.
Well, I have another part to play on with that. I agree with that. I am good enough to back in to the right pump and then back out and
I love it when you back into the right pump.
Stop.
I can't.
What's wrong with
I
you
don't
tonight?
know. No, but I'm saying that I have the solution. Stop being scared. Use the other side.
Yeah, so fuel stations are an infuriating place is what I'm hearing about this.
Yeah.
You know, people take too long, people don't park on the right pump,
Yep.
and people can't back in. I can back in as fast as I can drive forward sometimes.
Yeah, but we don't need to encourage people to do that. Like,
no, people just need to be better drivers. If they can't do that efficiently and quickly, then they should just have their license revoked.
yeah, that's society though. A lot of people have licenses that should.
That's a much bigger topic, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We're like, it's too big because
No.
you and I both have come from jobs where safety critical environments, and I bet you they have the same that I had, is that you never reverse a vehicle.
I worked at a car yard. I was a glorified valet, and all I did was back vehicles around.
Yeah, but that's not a safety critical environment.
No.
They would working in aviation, they're like, never reverse a vehicle. You're just increasing the risk of something to go wrong. You always drive forward.
Okay, well, that brings me back to my other topic about people that can't reverse park.
Let them go. You're going to have to let these people go.
That's dumb. If you can't reverse park a car, you're an idiot. There is nothing else to talk about.
I don't like that that's your yardstick. Like, there's lots of other ways to tell idiots.
You've got parking, you've pulled up, you've got your pivoting point on the forward part of the vehicle, which means you can move that part of the vehicle
Okay, yeah,
better.
let's flip this and stop making you like a pretentious piece of shit. Why don't you tell the good people out there how you're so good at it?
I just am. I'm so good at it.
Oh, that's great. Great. You've got my vote.
Fine.
Anyway, I want you for the next month to commit to me that you will deliberately use the other side of the Bowser.
Deliberately.
Yeah, you must only use.
Oh, okay. But if I pulled up to the pump and I saw somebody park on the wrong side for an empty service station, I'd probably think.
Well, according to you, they don't exist.
I'm just saying that I've had a bad run of luck lately, and I think it's just that if people didn't dawdle at the pump, there wouldn't be lines.
No, don't come to me with a whinge if you don't want a solution. I'm a fixer.
I didn't want a solution. I just wanted a whinge.
I'm not here to listen to... We both have partners for that.
This is derailing so much.
No, we're keeping all of this. I'm sorry. We are. But seriously though, back to it. This is what we're gonna do, is that you're going to, for the next month, document you and the process of you going to another Bowser on the other side and walking the hose around the back.
What if it doesn't actually
There's lots of what ifs.
What if it doesn't actually
That's life.
Okay, I'll do it at my non-local fuel stations. I'll do it at places that
Like you have a social presence that matters.
I try.
No one.
I try.
If anything, they're going to be like, not surprised. It's that idiot that comes here at 10 o'clock every night. But if we're going to... Okay, no, we're going to do this. You're going to do this. You're going to do it for a month. You're going to come back to us. 3, 2, 1. Resolved.
What are you going to do then? Because that's just me.
I don't need working on. But I want to talk. I can rant, though. I can give you a rant.
Give me a rant.
A thing that, like if this is the theme, petty things and the first world problems that are upsetting us, I can contribute. So, for the past 3 years, this has been happening to me on sporadic times at any time of the day, but it's the same thing that keeps happening to me. And part of it is my fault because I keep going back. But the scenario is I go to a certain takeaway establishment, drive-through,
Yep.
and I go and order, and at the speaker, before I can even get a word out, they're like, sorry, we're doing a system update. We can't take your order. The drive-thru's closed. This is an establishment that's 24/7.
Yeah.
This has happened at multiple locations around the country.
At different times.
I got to a point where I logged the times. Like there was like an 11 p.m., a 2 a.m., a 6 a.m., a 7 a.m. I'm telling you, they're cost cutting and they're not rostering staff and they're making it up so that they don't have to pay anyone.
We are in a staff deficit though.
We're not. Unemployment is at its lowest. It's been in about 10 years.
Unemployment.
So
Correct.
everyone's got work.
Here's 3 statistics about Queensland that's very interesting. All right. We are currently highest population statistic per capita for our state in ratios to other states.
Mm-hmm.
So we have more people in Queensland than other states than we ever have. We're rising higher than everybody else.
Yep.
And that's mostly a bunch of people moving here from down south.
Tree change. Yep.
Yeah. We have the lowest unemployment rate,
Mm-hmm.
So the least amount of people without jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Yet somehow we also have the highest employment scarcity. No, not employment scarcity, the other one.
I don't know. You're telling the statistics.
Employment fulfillment deficit.
I know. No. I'm going to pick you apart and all of that. No.
All 3 of those, and this is because people
There's
are
no
seeking...
correlation.
Yeah, there is. It's because people are seeking higher income jobs and not taking the low earning jobs, like working at fast food restaurants, like working hospitality jobs, because people need a higher income. So now people are searching to get a higher income and changing positions.
Well, let's assume that that's accurate. That's not an excuse to shut down your drive-through and lie about what's going on.
So you think it's a conspiracy? You think it's lying?
You are a multi-billion-dollar corporation that
Allegedly.
suddenly cannot function without your IT updates because you're doing a big old update when I come through the next time and it's no different. I'm still looking at the rusted old speaker box.
I'd like to know, out of a week, how many times you have had this incident happen.
I eat at this establishment during crisis. No, I don't actually eat it that much. And that's what makes me so angry. Because I do it so rarely and I have a 90% hit rate of this problem happening.
Okay, you log your times and dates, and instead of doing my pump from the other side thing,
Not
I'm gonna
instead
start.
of... God,
I'm
just
gonna-
commit to something.
I'm gonna start keeping a stopwatch time of how long people take to leave the pump.
Can I... all right, if this ever gets to the internet, can someone else please take the flag for Lance is too scared to try it? Because that would solve it. If you started doing it and people saw it worked, you would change the way people get fuel, getting rid and alleviating of all of your queuing issues.
You seem so hostile today.
Anyway, that's our homework for the next month. 3, 2, 1.
Resolved.
Sorry.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
We'll see you next time.